Woo! Where are my people? Back with a vengeance. Welcome to another episode of And My Giants Rush. Brought to you by Astroflave. You guys have now gotten used to the fact that they are our kick-ass sponsor. So we are raving about that. The Rush crew is all about Astroflave. They support us. You support us. Let's support each other. Check out all their products. Again, chocolate peanut butter is always my favorite meal replacement, pre-workout, post-workout, amino acids, collagen, you name it, they got it. You should get some yourself sent to your crib. All right, folks, a lot to talk about. April. You know why April's cool? It's closer to summer, the beach. I don't know, all those crazy things you guys do, ride motorcycles, go fishing, whatever you guys do. April's a really cool time because it's closer to all of that and the NFL draft. So it's a great time to be alive, people. And I'm going to bring in the folks because I know you don't want to hang out with me by myself because I'll probably bore you to death. So I'm going to bring in Danny. I got DB in the house. Danny, what's up?
What's going on, guys? How's it going tonight? What's up?
Oh, you know, man, we're going to talk some Giants. We're going to talk some draft. But we can't do it alone, me and you.
No.
We're not as entertaining by ourselves.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So we got to bring Six into the room. Let's get her in here. Boom.
Yeah, you guys could do it by yourself.
No. I mean, we can, but we choose not to.
I mean, it's better with me, but you certainly can.
There you go.
Yeah.
So welcome to another episode of Giants Rush. We are here to talk Giants football. Of course, some other stuff kind of filters in there too. There's a lot of draft talk, fantasy football talk. The Rush Hour, of course, on Wednesday, hosted by Six, and a whole slew of merriment. She's like Robin Hood. And like, you know, there's a stack of people that are always rolling in talking about fantasy football. So do me a favor, folks. Wednesday night, 7:00, Rush Hour. Tune in, watch Six and her crew of people. Thursdays is the draft show with the Truth and Spartan and all those crazy people that jump in there to talk about the draft. I mean, how much better can you get when you get not one, not two, three shows from your Rush sports folks, which is basically me and a bunch of nut jobs. But we love them all the same. So let's get right into talking some football, folks. Guys, so I kind of want to start this show a little bit off with the Eagles. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I see it on your face. Yes, I see that. But not maybe in the way that you're used to. And by the way, I see you guys in the room. I see Goofballs. I see Darius. I see Chris. I see Jay. All you guys, love to see you guys. Chris, Peace, Mark B. See you guys all rolling in. So thanks for joining us. Eagle Talk. Here's the thing, guys. Eagles go to the Super Bowl. They lose, of course, we know. This team has been built over the last couple of years for sustainability. They have been a good team for the last handful of years. Won a Super Bowl a handful of years ago. They've been a playoff team, and they've had great offense and defensive lines. Okay, we know that's been the anchor. But 2 years ago, same team, rookie quarterback, he does okay, right? He's not known for throwing. He's a good athlete.
Right.
And what do they do in the offseason? A trade for a wide receiver, young receiver in his prime from the Tennessee Titans, A.J. Brown, comes in here. Danny, A.J. Brown had 1,500 yards receiving. That's 42, ready? 42% of Jalen Hurts' total throwing yardage. So if one guy can come in and make that much of a difference, do the Giants, Danny, need to draft a wide receiver or trade for a receiver to beat the Eagles? Because right now, they're a better team than the New York Giants. Can we add a piece on and do what they did?
I mean, one would think that, right? Especially with how our offense is forming into. But it's really interesting to see. We never really had a alpha male. All right, Daniel's going to throw the ball 10 times to this guy. He's going to catch eight or nine of them for 150 yards. What is it? It was like Golden Tate his rookie year, basically, and that was
Yep.
it.
I actually think it was Slayton rookie year. Tate might have been his second year.
No, they were together.
Okay.
And then his second year, Golden Tate was in the doghouse with Judge. If you remember.
That's right.
So obviously, of course, the NFL is a passing league, and we don't have that alpha male wide receiver that we haven't had since the guy that went to Baltimore. Nikki will go into that later, but of course we need to score touchdowns. Object of the game is scoring points and winning. So yes.
Just yes. I like just yes. Yes, we need a wide receiver. Yes. Okay, so Nikki, I tweeted out today basically that stat that I just rolled out there. 42% of his overall yardage was one guy, 1,500 yards. We haven't seen a 1,000-yard receiver, since Odell. So it's been a while. Here's my question for you, Nikki, is while Danny, yes, admits we need an alpha wide receiver, I also think we need an alpha wide receiver. It's kind of debatable if there's an alpha wide receiver to get at number 25 or at all for that matter. There's a debate. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm saying there's a debate.
Mm-hmm.
The line has been, let's say, the reputation of the line has not been great over the last couple of years. Do you put any stock into the fact that they signed Glowinski? He came from the Colts. He blocked all those, those handful of years he blocked for, why am I drawing a blank?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Thank you. I'm like, Jonathan Taylor. He had two different centers he played next to and three different right tackles. Do you think this year, if the center position and Neal settles down, the line will get better? Or do you think that we're still missing a piece?
So I do think the line will get better, but they definitely do need to address the center position. So I guess, and we'll get into it a little bit, like what the board is going to shape up to be. But I do think there's a chance they go and get a center if these top corners and wide receivers are off the board. Now, I think it might be a little bit of a reach at 25, but maybe not.
So then let me parlay that into this. I asked Danny, do we need wide receiver? He said yes. I also believe yes. Are you alluding to the fact that we can win with getting a receiver, or we'll have a better chance of winning with drafting a center?
I am fully on the wide receiver train. However, we do need a center.
Okay. I love that.
See, this is the problem with the Giants. People are getting ahead of themselves. We won a playoff game last year. It was great, but we still have so many holes that wherever way we go, the fan base will find a way to bitch about it, but ultimately we'll be okay with it because we see, all right, there's a hole. We need to fill that hole.
Yep.
It's ultimately, is he the best player available is the way I'm looking at it. So if it's a corner, great. If it's an offensive lineman, great. Or a wide receiver, great. We're Gucci.
So if I had to say, Danny, what do the Giants need to beat the Eagles? What is again, I know there's no such thing as the Silver Bowl, but what is the Silver Bullet this year? Like, we know, as you said, we won a playoff game, but we went 1-5 in the division. Like, we need to, or no, 1-4-1. We need to beat the Eagles and Dallas to go back to the playoffs. We're not going to be so lucky this year to have two wild cards come out of the same division type of thing.
I mean, I think the best way to go would be corner because their weapons are so stacked and Dallas's weapons are so stacked and Washington's weapons are so stacked. So I would really consider DB, but if the wide receiver is there and we paid Daniel Jones so much money, you're going to have to go wide receiver.
Okay,
that's
so at 25.
That's the thing.
If there's a receiver and a corner both on the board, we're going best player available.
For me,
it could
personally,
go either way, but personally, you want the receiver.
I think, gun to my head, I go, I'll be different. I'll go DB.
All right. Fair
See,
enough.
this is confusing. I'm making everybody else confused because that's how many things we need.
Yeah, we need a lot. We need a lot.
Now, okay, well, let's examine that just for a second. So best player available on the board. Let's say it's a wide receiver, on the
Mhm.
big board. Today, I saw a ranking came out, and it's going to gain some traction by tomorrow afternoon. I guarantee it flew below the radar for most of today. By tomorrow, this thing is going to be on fire. And I even went by it so fast that when I went back to look for the source, I missed it. I couldn't find it again.
Oh, okay. I
You know how sometimes you're moving too fast?
Yeah.
So today was it was one of the ranking systems. Again, I should have wrote it down. Said there was only one wide receiver worthy of drafting in the first round for a grade wise. They grade these players. One receiver got a first round grade. Everyone now is automatically just over the weekend. All these people have fallen out of love. And here's the crazy thing: it's the media is still in love with the wide receivers.
Right.
It's the scouts, the player personnel. They have fallen out of love with the wide receivers. So it's interesting because I throw these guys up on here. There's
that's who I want.
Quentin Johnson. There's Nigba. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
JSN. We decided on Rush Hour. We're gonna call him JSN.
All right. So JSN and Q, right? And then of course there's Addison.
I love
and
that
then
guy.
And then there's Flowers, which I didn't give him his own banner.
Wow.
But we really don't like him, huh?
No. I do.
No, Craig actually likes him.
I do. I do like him. I had to get past his height and size, but I do like him. And again, we're getting off topic a little bit, but it's fine. It's what we do, right? Here's the thing about Flowers is I personally don't see him as a game breaker on the next level. I see him as a 1A, 2. He's got some good speed, but like when Chase and Waddle came out, you were like, man, these guys are gonna light it up, and they did. When I see Zay Flowers, I'm like, this guy's gonna battle. like I don't just see 10 touchdowns in his future.
I was reading PFF before, and his player comp was T.Y. Hilton. Give me T.Y. Hilton any day of the week.
Dude, and he separates. Like Brian Dable said, regardless of size, he wants guys that can separate. That is the priority this year.
Yeah. I think out of the four, he's the fourth guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just see him as a second round pick. I just don't see Zay Flowers as a first round pick. I just don't. These other guys, Q, JSN, and Addison.
Yeah,
I think they've got more opportunity in the first round than Zay Flowers does. He's the fourth guy. So let me ask you this, Nikki. Can I beat the Eagles by making the defense better and not getting it? Because again, if you don't get a wide receiver, there's only two other positions you would probably go on your board would be defensive end or edge. Defensive end / edge. Or cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Giants definitely need defensive edge and defensive ends and edge. They definitely need corners. Can the team go toe-to-toe? You bring a corner in.
Yeah.
Bring a corner in, he starts day one.
Yeah.
Is that really going to help you beat the Eagles? Is my question. Because
I
think
maybe not this year. But
I think over time it's going to help because here's the thing. You need this defense, especially this blitz happy defense that Wink likes to run. You can't have enough talent in the secondary, right? And my God, could we please get not just a playmaker, game-changing playmakers in the secondary, please. It's just a struggle at life, and you're going to have to address that if you think you're going to get past the Eagles and the Cowboys.
And the other thing with us is we were the 27th rush defense. So the Eagles gashed us running the ball as well. So we could probably shore up the backfield, and then hopefully with the free agent signings and whoever else we draft, we could shore up the up front, and then defense wins championships.
Let me throw this comment up here from my man Chris Peace. He says, You could put 5 different one receivers up there. If the offensive line can't hold for more than 2.5 seconds,
And he's right.
it's not going to help.
Right.
Yeah, Chris, you are right 100%. But here's the thing. Daniel Jones didn't get sacked a whole bunch of times. He didn't throw a ton of interceptions. We had a 1,300-yard rusher, and we had a guy that came in from Buffalo in the middle of the year and lighted up. I don't really think the line is as bad as everybody makes it out to. Yes, Neal struggled. But again, we had a 1,300-yard rusher, right? Jones threw what? What did he throw? 6 picks?
5.
5 picks?
6 if you want to count the Eagles.
It wasn't like Jones was getting blown up, right? So I get it. The line needs to be stout. It will be Azudu in year 2, Neal in year 2, Bredesen maybe at the center position. We've also got we got Jack snapping. We got Lemieux snapping. They just signed in the kid from Pittsburgh this week. They'll figure the center out, and a center can be a 3rd-round draft pick or a 4th-round draft pick, and you still get a stud.
Right, and that's the thing. Like whoever, if we were to get a center in the 1st round, this dude needs to be an all-pro next season, like ASAP type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, that kid Schmitz, everybody likes. But that's the thing. I think that's a reach, though. And Tittman, I still think that's a reach. You can get them in the 2nd round. I don't think you got to get them at 25. Cool. Now, Forbes is there. They like this kid Cam Smith as well. Take them. Take those corners. Like, I did put down a little bit of like their scouting reports. So when we get there, we can talk about it. But I wouldn't be mad at that.
And half the fan base is having PTSD because the last 3 or 4 DBs in the 1st round is PTSD worthy. So I wouldn't be shocked. That's another reason why a lot of people are freaking out of it.
So, all right. So Danny, okay. So we know the big 4 wide receivers. As I mentioned, a source came out today and only rated 1 1st round worthy.
Which one?
It was what do you call it? TCU. Johnson.
See, I saw him mock to us. I'm running to the podium and taking him.
You're running
at 25.
If he's there at 25, we're running to get him.
You talking about Johnson?
Yes.
He's the
only quote unquote. He's gonna be an alpha. He's 6'4". Throw it up to him. Let's go. He runs a 4.4. We got our guy.
He does.
He's not making it to 25.
He can sell that. So
I saw that in the Michigan game. I'm like, all right, this guy's awesome.
So Johnston's not going to make it to 25.
No, he's not. No. He's not.
Right.
No.
The thing is that so let's go through this for a second since we're ripping down this funnel. Listen, JSN is an Ohio State wide receiver. I mean, you're not, and I have for years, like even with the look on Danny's face, is going to get, don't scout the helmet, scout the player, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I just know that with my 1st round pick, not so sure I want to hope that he's better than the history.
Why do I have to, he was better than both of them.
No, he has a hamstring injury. No. Well, like enough of this. Like this is Kadarius Toney written all over again. No.
So I'm more or less. I'm a history guy.
Thank you, Jay. Pop up Jays.
All right, hang on. That one.
Yeah, he was better than both of them that year.
OSU last year, wide receiver. Oh yeah, but we're not denying any of that.
He was better than both of them that year. Then again, both of them were probably getting all the attention. And he was killing in the slots. So,
yeah. So Darius is saying that JSN and Johnston aren't going to 25. Right. I mean, again, I'm never shocked at what happens in the draft. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, one of them smokes a bong, and we're.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody becomes Larry Tunsil's nephew, and yeah.
Can we throw Daniel's comment up? Like Daniel, what are we supposed to accomplish here? Like. Actually calling Brian Dable and Joe Shane and giving them our draft recommendations? Like, what do you want? Why are you watching?
Who's this? Daniel Tilson. Who's this cat?
I don't know.
What are we trying to accomplish is I don't even know what to do with that. It's so stupid. Yeah, exactly. Don't tune in if you don't like it, man. It's no skin off our back. But we're really breaking down if the Giants are going to beat the Eagles. Do they go wide receiver? Do they go corner? Do they go edge? I mean, right now, from an edge standpoint, Nolan Smith out of Georgia, guy's really fast, ran a 4.4 in a 40, 238 pounds. He's a little bit of a tweener. But smart player, rated one. Nolan Smith, I wrote it down because it was quite impressive. Out of 1,500 defensive ends since 1987, he's ranked 120th. That's pretty good out of 1,500 defensive ends. Same thing with Will McDonald out of Iowa. Not as fast, clearly not as fast, 4.740, but he ranked 56 out of 1,600, since 1987. Both guys, Smith and McDonald, a little bit held back on their college systems. So the ceiling is going to be a little bit higher on these guys when they get really good defensive coordinators. I just don't know if the Giants go D-end, edge with their first round pick. It's, the goal for the Giants to beat the Eagles, in my estimation, is they need to score more points, right? The Philadelphia Eagles scored, 28 points or more 10 times, got them to the Super Bowl. That same exact team the year before without Brown, was an 8-win team. You bring in A.J. Brown in the trade, it catapults you to the Super Bowl. And as I mentioned, 42% of the receiving yards of Hurts is one guy. So one guy can make a difference. In our case, in the Giants' case, is it a corner that makes a difference, or is it a wide receiver that makes a difference? So,
well, you make a good point, Craig. So, we're getting to the point, like, thankfully, we're not in the AFC, but these high-powered offenses, the Giants are going to have to start scoring like 30 or more points here,
Right.
Like these 16-point games, 20-point games, eventually they're just not going to cut it anymore.
If we score 26 points in a given game, we're doing cartwheels. That's how low the
I always get excited. I'm like, oh my God, we almost got 30 points.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling with it. Guys, let's just happen to say best player available isn't a corner and a wide receiver. And let's say you're talking about interior line. There's a lot of talk about interior line. Danny, do you think interior line is something where the Giants would go in the first round? I will say that there has been a long history of getting phenomenal linemen. I'm sorry?
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Okay, sorry.
I can't. Well, listen. We can play that too. We can play interior line offense or defense at 25. And the only reason why I'm asking Danny is because there is a lot of chatter out there. People that just think the Giants suck because the line sucks, and they don't understand what's really taking place right now. We're going to have Jack Anderson on because what this show does is that we interview NFL players, once or twice a month. And this show does and accomplishes Kurt Warner, Daniel Bellinger, Dane Belton, Isaiah Hodgins, Nick Gates,
thanks, Dan.
Daniel Wilson.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's what this show accomplishes, tool bag, okay? That what we do is we interview NFL players to get inside. Also bring in the best fantasy football and sports gambling hosts so we can actually accomplish a lot of things in the NFL that we do here. So if you don't like it, beat it. Go pound sand, dude. You're totally in the wrong ballpark, dude. Don't waste my time or yours. Save your $5 internet bill and just pound sand, dude.
$5 internet.
What we bring to the table is something you wouldn't know. It's called football. You've probably never had one in your house. You've probably never had one hit you in the face. So just loser.
Let's go.
Loser. All right.
Okay.
Danny.
Well,
but
people are saying he's nice, this guy.
Who?
Craig
so Jay is saying that he's nice and he watches all the time. Maybe he mistyped, but
nope. That's not a type. That's not a mistype. That's a tool bag trying to be tough guy, thinking he actually knows anything about football.
Well, Mark Thompson brings up a good point.
Let's hang out with guys like David and Jay and Goofballs and Chad. Chad, are you not entertained? I like that, Chad. Mark, Tom, listen, I love my folks. So let's keep rolling with this. Again, thanks for watching another episode of the Giants Rush podcast brought to you by Astroflave. Guys, lastly, before we move on, because I've got some really cool things I also want to bring up, is Danny, yes or no? 25 offensive line. There's a center there. I know there's 3 of them, mostly 2 that people are gaga over. Do you really draft the center in the first round?
No, because positional value, you can get a guy that's equally to be as good as the guy in that one of their projection. Like I mentioned before, this dude better be an all-pro ASAP. He better bring a lunch pail, and he's going to be the nastiest offensive lineman of all time.
Exactly. Bronx Muchachos in the house.
Yes, love them. And
Boom.
thank you for the sweatshirt. That was awesome.
By the way, gentlemen, I do not have a sweatshirt. I'm just saying, like, yes, she's more attractive, prettier, smarter, more cerebral, and entertaining than I am. I still could wear Bronx Muchachos. I am drinking my New York Yankees beer.
Fancy pants.
Anyway,
I'll wear my. I'll put one to the side and give them to one of my Yankee friends, but I won't put one on. No offense.
That's okay. Guys. And by the way, if you are a Yankees fan, we are closet Yankee fans over here. Make sure you go out and you check out the Bronx Muchachos. David and the boys, great dudes. Yeah. So again, back to what we accomplish is we are turning you on to additional Yankees content because why? The Yankees are the best franchise in sports history. Sorry, Mets fans. I don't mean to let you down. I don't mean to let you down. I did not like Roger Clemens. I was actually rooting for Mike Piazza.
All right.
Just saying.
Offensive line. Let's go.
Go.
We'll be here all night.
Give it to me.
No, not doing it.
No, offensive line. Give me offensive
line. Yeah, like I mentioned before, this guy better be an all-pro next year, a Pro Bowler, if we're going to invest in a first round for him. Because we have so many needs, we better go best guy available. And right now, I don't think that would be a center.
Yeah, so, I at Goofballs, I know you guys are tuning out. You guys got stuff to do. Thanks for checking in and hanging out with us. I want to put this up here from Chad, Nikki, because Chad is on a roll. I like what Chad's doing today. Trading down is always a possibility. I don't think it gets talked about enough. You know what? It doesn't get talked about enough because GM Joe comes across as such a smooth operator that you're thinking about them collecting picks. We have 10, we had 11. I think we got rid of 1. There isn't enough talk about that. Like, could we just say, double bird and just trade down and go get the receiver, Nikki, that we want?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? We got 10 picks.
Yeah.
But is it realistic, or is it just me and Chad wishing that could happen?
No, because if you scroll up, Mark makes a good point. The 25th pick has been traded out of for 6 years in a row.
Time out. If that's real, Mark Thompson is a genius.
He's the best.
Here's a stat for the 25th.
So yeah, I'd say probability is high.
How is he so
smart?
Good. You're in the wrong country, Mark. You need to be here with us.
I mean,
no, actually, we're in the wrong country. You're in the right.
Yeah, no, we gotta go. Yeah, we need to. We're supposed to do the draft show from his house. So, Craig, you got 2 weeks to organize our travel.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
How fun would that be? The Rush crew in the Caribbean on the beach?
Wait a minute.
Drinking?
It's not fun at all. If I'm paying for 6 people to go to the Caribbean.
I think it's a blast.
There's no, it'll put me in the poorhouse. Because I know how of expensive date you are.
Oh.
Just messing with you.
I know.
So again, thanks. I see Jay in here. I see a couple new. I'm a Mets fan. That's okay, Mark. I still love the Mets fans. I got no beef with the Mets
Mark,
fans.
You're the man, Mark.
I see Joe. But I see some other guys have jumped in to join the fray.
It's okay.
All right, so let's do this. We've talked about wide receivers. That is definitely something that is of need, right? We've definitely talked that if there's not a wide receiver, which is, again, the grade has now fallen, that there's only one first round draft pick.
Can you say what site this person's from?
I'm sorry?
You don't even want to give this person a light of day.
Which person?
The person that said this. What?
Oh, I don't remember what the source was. That's what I was saying.
It could have been me or Nikki.
What do you mean?
It
Oh,
could have been anybody. It could have been Joe Schmo.
You're right. You're right. I went to look back for the source and I couldn't find it. I can
It's all
probably
good.
look it up.
I don't know, but Bronx Muchachos wants us to go to Miami, so you know.
That's going to be Yankee Stadium South. That series. That's going to be fun.
I mean, hey, I'm all for the travel, man. I'm all for the travel. I come
Might have to do that one, David.
Yep. Yeah, we might have to. Wide receiver, cornerback, a lot of cornerbacks, really good draft for cornerbacks, by the way. You know, and I would assume that if Flott, I mean, I don't see Darnay Holmes making the team this year. I think Flott, you know, maybe
if he makes the team, that means we made a big mistake in the draft.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Well, even, you know, again, the wide receiver room right now is pretty thick, right? We got a lot of guys in there. There is some speed. There is some special teamers. There are guys that can return kicks and punts. They're filling that room up. The DB room, on the other hand, is kind of full, but they're all on like injury reserve. They're hurt. They're injury prone. If they draft a wide receiver at a DB at 25, that's instantly your starter. Like he walks in probably as day one shooting to be the starter. And it also, and Pete says we must draft the cornerback round one. The question will be will Flott move to, slot? When we interviewed Leonard Marshall, had to be about 10 months ago, 11 months ago. And Leonard had said, you know, he's on the sidelines a lot at LSU. And he thought that Flott had just as much talent as, was it Stingley?
Yeah.
Had just as much talent as Stingley, you know, but just didn't really get the recognition. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Yes, Jay, the cornerbacks are really deep this year. And, you know, Flott is like 170 pounds. Like the kid needs a steak, right? But
he did make the biggest play in the wild card game. So
he had a great play. And I think the slot may be all about Flott, right? And then drafting a cornerback there to start.
He has to stay healthy this year.
When you're 170 pounds, Danny, it's hard.
I know.
It's hard. All right. Let's move on to I'm pulling through this here So where are we going, Nikki? Where are we going to be on April 22nd?
So we are going to be at Rumson High School at the Isaiah Hodgins football camp, which if you saw us live from the Gates' camp, you know that we had a blast. We had so much fun. The kids had so much fun. So we will be at Isaiah Hodgins camp too.
And I will be
Saturday, 4 to 8, Rumson High School, right here in my backyard.
So Danny's going to be on site. Nikki's going to be on site. I'm still trying to figure out if Chris is going to be on site. Of course, yours truly will be on site. We stream live. We were at the gate. We didn't really recap it, guys, but we were at the Nick Gates camp. It was a ton of fun, right?
It looked fun.
It looked fun. We were streaming from the end zone. We had Sam Prince on. You can go to the YouTube channel and see there's two streams. There's one stream, which is pretty much like us having some fun. We had a bunch of kids on. We actually drafted the best offensive line in Giants history. I won. Mine was the best.
I mean, we didn't actually have a real formal vote, so you can calm down on that. But I was the only one who had faith in Evan Neal, so I think I should win just on that.
Yeah, but you lost because you chose Justin Pugh. That's what.
Yeah, that was it. I said Justin.
We did not have an
Justin
official
Pugh.
vote. We had 3 people vote, and it wasn't everybody.
Justin
I will get those sheets of paper. They're in my backpack. I will
sure
get those and I'll let you guys vote.
Sure. Can we do wide receiver this round? This camp?
We are going to do wide receivers.
Craig,
right? So while we are streaming live from the Isaiah Hodgins camp, we are going to draft the best wide receivers. We'll probably since it's really hard who plays X, who plays Y. Sometimes they play both. So what we'll do is we will draft pass catchers. So that will be outside, inside, slot, and tight end.
We all know Craig's number 1 pick is going to be Bellinger.
Yeah, of course it's going to be
Bellinger. It's going to be Shockey. I do love Daniel Bellinger. He's a great guy. Love him. His dad, also a really great guy. So yes, we will be live. We'll draft pass catchers of all time, Giants history. there hasn't been many all pros outside of Odell. So, there will be a little bit of a snag and a little bit of hard work there. But again, if you haven't got your tickets and you want to make memories with your kids, and you have a youth football player in your family, 8 to 12 years old, Isaiah Hodgins, you can go to Eventbrite /amped, AMPT events, and you can buy your tickets. And let me tell you, Nick Gates and Jack Anderson were Nikki, how great were they?
They were amazing. They honestly were amazing and so gracious to us and awesome with the kids. So it really was cool to see all of that in person.
Yeah. We are going to have Jack Anderson on the show next week. So, okay, rumor on the street in case, you live under a rock. Maybe you're just really busy. And I get it. Shane's already said that again, this has got nothing to do with who makes the team. Okay, just giving you what Shane said a week ago today. Or maybe it was Tuesday, is that Jack Anderson, Bredesen, and Lemieux all will snap. And then, of course, this gentleman that they've just brought in from Pittsburgh, he's only got a handful of starts. But they're all going to, right now, without drafting a center, Dan, all those guys are basically going to vie for the position. I asked Gates, I know he's not a Giant anymore, but he's a fan favorite. The dude's tough as nails. He's great with the kids. We had a lot of fun. If you get a chance, check out the YouTube channel, the Giants Rush YouTube channel. There's about a 7 or 8 minute piece there of me and him just riffing on some fun stuff about the kids at the camp. He told me Jack Anderson can snap, did snap in college. I think he was a Texas Tech guy.
I think that's where.
So, Danny, right now, we don't draft the center. We go into camp with Bredesen, Anderson, and Lemieux. Who's most likely to win that job?
It seems like Bredesen wins that job just because of how good how much of a quality lineman he is, and that's in the hope that Zudu is healthy.
Yeah.
Do
you
and that's you meaning as Zudo as a guard being healthy, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Jack Anderson on next week.
And hopefully Jack Anderson, I would like to see him play. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. The only play I remember him is the play he got yelled at.
Yeah.
We could go up after that play. I'm sure.
Listen, we all felt for him getting ripped.
I've been there before, and it's not fun.
No.
Yeah, we were all like, oh, this poor dude is
one play and
ass. Yeah, but look, we met him. He's a big dude. He's got good feet. We watched him run around with the kids. He's agile, So we'll have Jack Anderson on next week. We'll take your questions, like we are now. BT, I see you in the room, dropping me Cruz, Bavaro, Odell, Toomer, Burris. I love it. All that is great. Whoa, hang on. Stop the show. Cold is in the room.
Oh.
More Nikki, less Craig.
That is Cold's tagline. More Nikki, less Craig. That's
Cold. That's Cold. I just want you to know that hurts. That hurts, Cold. It hurts. So it's good to see you, Steve. I'm glad you're here. Hey, so we're going to be at the camp. If you got youth football players, in the household, grab some tickets, bring them out. They'll have a blast. You make memories with your kids. There's plenty of media out there. We got interns. There's videographers, photographers. Everyone's taking a ton of stuff. We're giving away. We gave away magnets and T-shirts and hats, and we gave a whole bunch of stuff. We'll stream live there. We'll make sure we get Isaiah on the show. We didn't get Nick till later in the day, so we'll work on getting Hodgins in a little bit early. And who knows if he brings get over it, Craig. Come on, Cold. So ease up. Man, he's rough on me.
You guys want to address, because Damien's in the house, and he did bring up a good point about Saquon being on a 1-year deal. Do the Giants think about going running back or grabbing a running back at some point?
Where do you see Damien? I don't see it.
Yeah, I saw it. And the answer is yes.
With the luck that they've had, right? Yeah, 100%. Breida, and they brought in, how many backs have they brought in over the last couple of years that are all 6th and 7th round picks that just haven't made it?
Right. Well,
they all have like this spurt, that you think that, hey, this is the next Ahmad Bradshaw, who was a 7th round pick out of Marshall. and every time they pull a guy from UMass or they pull a guy from where did what do you call it come from? Brightwell.
Arizona.
You always think that they have the next Ahmad Bradshaw, but it's really hard
I
to
mean,
believe.
we were lucky
You know,
with Bradshaw.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's hard. So yeah, I think that they definitely look at a back, because who knows what Saquon's gonna do, if they're gonna work a deal out or not. He hasn't even signed. I'm pretty sure he hasn't signed his tag, has he?
No, he has till July.
Yep. So it's not like it's anything, pressing. He's not looking to sign it until the day he has to, right?
And I'm gonna put this out there. If he does hold out, I don't care. Less hits on him.
Yep, sure.
People are gonna freak out about it, but it's
people freak out about everything with this team, though.
Right.
Really crazy how
I'm
invested
just putting
some people are.
putting my flag down, saying it's not a big deal.
Listen, he probably should have taken the deal he had originally at 13.5.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet he regrets that.
I don't actually. When you're at that level, you don't regret anything, right? I mean, you're living large, but overall, the 13.5 would have put him. It's a better deal than the Chubb deal, and it would have been fine. That Chubb deal for a long time was the benchmark, right?
Yep.
Everybody was like, the Chubb deal kind of set the bar for running backs. I don't think anybody thought that he was going to play on a 15 or a 16 yard, a million deal.
No.
But again, if he crushes it with 1,300 yards rushing and 800 yards receiving and 12 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, like, he's going to get paid by somebody.
Yeah.
So yes, 100% back. Nikki, I mean, there's no way they're drafting a running back in the first two rounds.
No, I don't think so. No.
No way.
I mean, the heat they took for that, I think they learned their lesson that, backs are a dime a dozen. So yeah, I could see them drafting a back in the 4th round or the 5th round.
Sure. I think 5th round. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And honestly, the quote from Ernie Accorsi is, you can never have enough pass rushers.
Right. I'm with that.
That was, so right now the New York Giants don't have a ton of pass rushers. You got
We
Ward.
essentially have 2. Yeah.
Yeah. You got Ward as the run stopper, setting the edge. You got Ojulari when he's healthy. You got Tibbs. And then Leo can play inside and outside. And then, of course, you've got Fox, who's, a little bit of a, journeyman to make the team.
No,
young guy.
He was a rookie.
Yeah, I meant wrong terminology, like
Okay.
long shot, I should say.
Right. Yes.
Danny, do you see them going edge in the first couple rounds?
They should definitely consider it, because if Ojulari is hurt again, we're gonna have to deal with Hattie and whoever, maybe Elson Smith if he still makes the team, and whoever else we pick up in the free agent market, and then it's Thibodeau's getting triple teamed again.
It's like, consider all positions except quarterback, I guess, right? Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of holes to fill. Like I mentioned,
they need a lot.
Nolan Smith and Will McDonald, Georgia and Iowa, are both candidates that would be there at 25 if they wanted to go edge. Nolan Smith out of Georgia again, a little bit.
Maybe in the 2nd round if he falls. How about Ojulari?
That's where I was going.
DJ?
Yeah,
that would be fun.
100%. 100%. Like, just in general, it would be a 2nd round draft pick that could rush the passer would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Ojulari, the law firm of Ojulari and Ojulari.
The two brothers, yeah. I mean, I wonder, not many brothers get to play together, so that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that's more of a pipe dream for us, because he will probably get taken before us. But
agreed. Yeah, agreed.
But then again, a lot of people thought Aziz was going to fall in the 1st round, and then his injury history dropped to us. So never know.
Without a doubt. All right. Well, let me ask you this. This wasn't even in the notes, but I'm just thinking out loud. what are the Giants doing at safety now that Love is gone? You know, is this a Pinnock, Dane Belton battle? Or is a safety in the mix in the draft?
Well, you're forgetting McCain, so it's going to be the three of them, and then if someone pops up, ultimately.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like I was at dinner with a friend of mine that's a Seahawks fan, and he was asking me about Love. He's like, "Is he as washed up as they say?" I'm like, "Who
washed
said
up?
No, who the hell said he
I'm
was
like-
washed up?
I'm like, who says he's washed up? I'm
Who's
like,
they?
He's like some Giants guy. I'm like, well, it wasn't one of my people. I was like,
No,
I'm like,
some
we
Giants
we
guy.
always like Love. We
Probably
always
that
really like Love.
Giants 366 account.
I mean, he did have
Oh.
his worst games against Philly, so that's probably why.
Okay,
people
but
said-
yeah, but you can't hold that against him because this
I
entire
can, because you could
team
have batted the ball
has
down. and we
their
wouldn't have had this
worst
issue.
days against Philly every single year, every single time.
Yeah, well,
Agreed.
They all
yeah.
Dan, you're a big audio guy. Where can I find the podcast? Because we got a lot of platforms.
Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google, Anchor, Stitcher.
Bang.
All
Ooh,
right.
nice.
Hey.
So all you folks that maybe you're not YouTube people, I've had these conversations. People ask me like, what if I don't have time to watch a YouTube channel? I don't have time to watch YouTube. Well, do yourself a favor when you're cooking, walking the dog, working out
At work,
the
like
gym.
me.
Wait, what was that?
At work, like me.
Oh yeah, because Dan's got us on some headphones when he's working. maybe you're at the gym working out. Like just pop on Spotify, pop on one of your favorite platforms, hit up Giants Rush, boom, it pops up. You can pop up the Giants guys too. It'll pop up either way. Pop it up, put it on. Rush Hour is going up because I'm going to load them all in now because I haven't had the opportunity to put them on. The free agent show is up there. All the interviews are up there that you can watch.
Mhm.
If you're unfamiliar, you're new to the platform, we interview Giants pretty much every former and current, usually once a month. So you'll find everyone up there from Bellinger to Belton to Carl Banks to Leonard Marshall to Kurt Warner. You know, they're all up there. So whether you're a new fan and you want to, Hodgins is up there, Gates is up there. So we interview players all the time. We have some fun with that. That's what we're known for. And of course, you know, Wednesday show, Rush Hour, Thursday's the draft show. So we've got a lot of different content that we're spitting out at you guys. The store's open. You're asking about the swag.
Yeah,
You can
I gotta get a hoodie for the event. I've been holding off on it.
Oh, you don't have a hoodie yet?
No.
Well, we
What's
had hoodies, and then like everyone at the Gates camp was like, "Can I get that? Can I
Yeah,
get that?"
I gotta get the hoodie Craig wore. That's the hoodie I want. I gotta get
The
that.
dark blue with the white and red.
The heritage look.
Well,
Classic
hopefully it's
look.
nice out and I can just wear the Rush tank top that I like to wear.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yeah, the campers would love that.
Okay, so we talking a little bit about what the Giants knew to beat the Eagles. We talked about edges. Again, we talked about what receiver.
Hopefully
you
they
think is
don't
a
show up
first-round
and
pick.
we get to play the B squad.
P squad.
P squad.
The Eagles. They don't show up.
Oh.
I wish the Eagles didn't show up. Okay, Nikki,
Yes.
explain to these people
Yes.
what we do on draft day because people don't quite understand. It's the biggest show of the year and
Yes.
what we do. So I'm going to let you explain it because
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm new to this.
I was
crew,
on
but
it last year and I had a lot of fun.
Let's see if I could get it down. So it's 3 days of like rush mayhem, draft madness, right? So the whole crew, we each get a day, we each get a segment. We get to invite like 15 of you guys on with us. Craig's doing this massive, crazy schedule, and we're just going to show up and be there. So we're really looking forward to it. And we sent Craig our invite list. So everybody keep your eye out on your DM inbox for invites and scheduling. What about right?
That was
Bingo.
really good.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Draft show for the last couple of years has been our most popular show. It's a way to give back to you guys for supporting us. So what we do is, I don't know if we're going to have a Saturday show because Saturday's really tough, right? But we
Yeah.
are definitely live from like 6 to 10 on Thursday and like 6-10, 6-9.
It's going to be different this year because we're the 25th pick, so it's going to be a marathon.
Exactly. And by the way, it was a marathon last year, but it was different because we had a lot of action.
And we were done.
Yeah, exactly. But the way it works is imagine that. So everyone on the team gave me a list of people. There was some crossover because my team loves all you folks. But I am slowly, one by one. You've probably seen me sent you a DM. And if you haven't, ping us and let us know you want to be on the show. It's kind of first come, first serve. And we basically give everyone a 10-minute to 12-minute time slot. We bring you in. You don't have – this is what I got on the people that said no. Said, I don't really watch a lot of college football. I have no input. And I said, we just want your reaction on the pick. Do you like the pick? What do you think of the pick? So you really don't have to have a lot of background. You don't have to wear a college football sweater. You know what I mean? It's fine.
So what if you're camera shy, Craig? What if somebody doesn't want to come on camera?
But
they want to be on. You could always pop your little avatar up, right? If you're on my segment and you desperately really want to come on, but you're camera shy, you could talk. Just leave your little avatar up and we're straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. You can completely 100% pop an avatar up. Come on. I mean, we put roughly like 20 to 30 people on per show, Thursday night, Friday night. We ride all the picks. Some people like stay on longer. We try to cycle through every person we have. So I've been sending you guys, I didn't give you time slots yet, but I'm starting to work the schedule because it's like 70 guests over 2 days. I'm working the schedule, who's on day one, who's on day two, who the host is. And then after those picks, we're going to break it down with some on nygiantsrush.com. You'll find all the profiles on all the players that have been drafted. We'll have some video. We're working on some new IG stuff so we can do that.
I got to figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, the man over here, the master behind the Instagram stuff is Danny. He's constantly, banging out cool stuff. So we're working on.
And you work for advertising, and I'm the one doing it all.
See, laid the guilt trip on me there. Wow. See how that worked?
Wow. I'm talking about Nikki.
What? No, listen, these guys
we
here
coordinate all day on this content.
Yes,
they do a great job. Don't believe them. They do a great job. They say they can. They're very cerebral people. They do a great job. So we've got more Nick Gates camp behind the scenes stuff coming out.
Yes.
We're gonna have Isaiah Hodgins stuff coming out. That's on the 22nd to Saturday. And again, folks, when's the last time you took your kid to a camp that was 4 hours? It's 4 hours long. Like it's insane. Astroflave's there giving out tubs of gourmet whey. There's drinks. They give autograph stuff away. So grab some tickets,
cool.
Make some memories, hang out with Hodgins. And by the way, Hodgins is so excited to meet the fans because he came in middle of the year last year, so he hasn't been to a camp with the Giants. He hasn't. This is all new to him still.
We should tell him to go to Pete and Elda's after the camp.
Oh
yeah. So Dan, we were talking about food. He said when we interviewed him, he's a big foodie, him and his wife. So he's always looking for new restaurants. So if you have good restaurants, just shout out to Isaiah Hodgins and be like, hey, here's a great restaurant. No, don't give me Tampa Bay restaurants. Don't give me California restaurants. Just give me stuff that's in the tri-state area. That
hopefully he took my advice and you told him so.
Wait, hang on. Dan through source report. Wait, hang on. Dan Dugan of The Athletic, through a source, reported that Love presented the Seahawks over to the Giants, and the Giants declined to match it. I have heard that exact thing, that they did not match the $6 million.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, it's so crazy to me. I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean.
We were expecting him to get like around $10 million. And we're like,
I thought right, 8. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 6. I'm still shocked over it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that was again, Nick Gates the same way. Nick Gates was looking to just, cut a deal to stay a Giant too. He said, we talked to him behind the scenes and now he's like, hey, look, man, it's a bit, they showed him why football is a business, right?
It is.
This kid came back from 7 surgeries and almost lost his leg to play football because of the love of the game. And the Giants, what did they do? They showed him that it was a business, and now he's a Washington Commander.
He was a hell of a poker player. If he didn't, when we interviewed him, he even bashed Washington. That was the funniest part of it all.
Yep. Yeah, when we first interviewed him, first time.
Yeah, first time when I was on, he actually bashed Washington.
So Tudo, yes, Tudo, if you're coming in late, we are live on air 6 to 10 Thursday during the draft, 6 to 10 the night after. We're going to talk about reaction show to what picks have gone. Everybody gets a 10, 15-minute slot. I'm DMing people now to get you out there. If you want to be part of the show, hit anyone up for the show. Spartan, Mike, Nails, anyone that's part of the crew, Nikki, Danny, anything, Damien, hit them up and let them know you want to be part of the show. We will slot you in. It's not a long segment, but man, we want to be able to have you on and give back. Again, it's fun times. Biggest show of the year. We do, live is like 800 people watching us go. And then we've got some people calling in. I'm going to give away my draft tickets. Danny's got draft day tickets.
Yeah.
We got draft day tickets. If you want to go to the New York Giants draft day party.
You can't get tickets tomorrow. Hit us up. We have like 6 pairs. Did you get yours?
Yep. So we have
right, 6 pairs.
And we're going to give them away. I don't really know how quite yet.
I know how.
Yeah. What? Wait, Nikki, you know how we're giving away? How are we giving it away?
Yeah. Okay. So we were going to try the subscriber way, but I think the other way to do it, and we did this with Kenny Galladay, was really funny. How about a caption contest, right? We did the Kenny Galladay caption contest, right? And that's how we ended up with I got 99 problems, but a touchdown ain't one, which was hysterical and classic. So I think we should do that to get one of the pairs given away.
Done. Tomorrow we will crank out a caption contest, best caption contest.
So the best 6.
Well, put it this way, definitely 4, just in case anything goes wrong. We don't want to overbite, but let's stick with 4. There could be 6. But I'm going to stick with 4 just in case.
All right.
You never know. So it happens. I got 4 seats to the New York Giants draft day party on
Thursday. And your season ticket holder events, so you can go into the locker room, meet some players, and all that other fun stuff.
Whole thing.
And the only thing we ask is when you go is to send us back. Yep. Give us a shout out to all your people. Let them know about the NY Giants Rush and Rush Hour. Send us some content. Tag us in everything you do when you're there. And then, hey, you can call us live. We'll tap you in from the draft day. So I'm not going. Danny's not going. Chris is not going. We're going to give you, the fans of Rush, those tickets. So we are also accomplishing some fan interaction, my friend. Engagement. All right, Nikki, talk to me.
Yes.
Before we let everybody go, we're at the hour mark.
Yep.
Is there anything I missed that we need to talk about? House cleaning. 2, what is happening on Rush Hour coming up?
So this Wednesday, we have our great debate show. We are debating if Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, that's right. I gotta come in late on this. Okay.
Yes, Brady versus Manning. We're gonna do some local stuff, like which state has the best pizza. We got some of you guys lined up, so we have that going on. And right before the draft, so April 26th, we have George T coming on, and we are doing the Rush Hour mock draft. So, and I believe Damien will come on. We did this before. We go through the entire first round. So it's every team, not just the Giants, right? We do mock trades, and we got the music going, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody jumps in and they agree with us, disagree, whatever. So that's the 26th. So stay tuned. Big, great debate show this Wednesday. Mock draft show with George Teague, April 26th.
Hey, Danny, you see Tuto's marks?
Yeah, thank you, Tuto. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Danny's has a brand new baby in the house, new family member, expanding the bandwidth a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's always awesome. And evidently he's sleeping through the night, which is great.
That's great.
Caption contest. Nikki,
yes.
When will the caption actually be out?
So Danny and I were talking about that, and tomorrow, right? I think we'll pick our picture tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right, lunchtime tomorrow.
Okay, lunchtime tomorrow.
Because I'm sure me and Nikki are gonna have to figure it out in the morning.
Yeah, lunchtime.
All right, so tomorrow.
And one more announcement. I just wanted to announce to everybody, because we were talking about fantasy, so much coming up, and more as the draft happens and ends. We'll talk about fantasy for all teams. Just FYI, keep it on your radar, guys. We have 3 Rush leagues going this year. We're gonna have an all-girls league, which Kelly Singh is donating a championship ring to the all-girls league, which is amazing. We're going to have a paid league and we're going to have a free league in case you're new or you haven't played in a while and you want to jump back in. So I'm going to run the girls league. Danny's running one. Damien's running one. And we're going to have a good time. So just keep that on your radar. DMs and invites are going out, in about a month or so.
That's awesome.
Right?
Well, that is awesome. Free league, paid league. The paid league will be the Ballers League because those are the people that have been doing this for a while. Free league for all you new folks who want to get involved.
Yeah,
You're like you're scared. Jump on into that. Oh, ladies, chicks.
All ladies league. Yeah.
The girls are in the house, which is super cool. We've got such a great female following. We love them all. And you guys are, great fans and support us. So that'll be also pretty cool to see you guys pull each other's hair out over fantasy. Pretty neat.
We would never. Yeah. Some of you got salty in the rush hour bracket because I won. So
yes,
a lot of guys just pulling their hair out. Yeah.
Nikki won our fantasy league.
And so can I officially be Queen Rush now?
Not yet.
You gotta win fantasy.
Yeah.
I gotta win what?
Fantasy.
Gotta win the fantasy.
The league too? No. I think having UConn win should solidify me as Queen Rush.
We're March Madness was just passing the time. It's not football.
Doesn't matter. It's still a competition. I won.
Damien says it was fixed.
Whatever. Shut up. He's just mad because he came in like last.
Yeah. I didn't have a good showing either.
Boom.
No, I love it.
All right. So wrapping everything up.
Yeah.
Draft live Thursday and Friday during the draft. Tomorrow, caption contest, giving away tickets to MetLife Stadium to see the locker room during the draft day party.
Hopefully good players are there you can meet. They don't
Players are there signing autographs. The Giants Guys YouTube channel. It's also called Giants Rush YouTube channel. It doesn't matter what you look up, Giants Guys or Rush, because we're kind of phasing the Giants Guys out. We need you to finish these subs. You kind of trickling in. There's nothing happening. You're not paying for anything. If you're new to YouTube, just hit subscribe and it'll alert you to our new content we have. And of course, that helps us out, supports us, lets us do this for you. nygiantsrush.com. We're going to start cranking out articles there. On the YouTube channel, you'll find all the interviews. You name it. It's up there. Contest, as I mentioned, swag in the store. nygiantsrush.com is the stores in there. Rush Hour Wednesday, draft show on Thursday. Podcast platforms left and right. Make sure you just check us out there, all you pod heads. Not calling you anything else, what you do in your spare time. And that's probably about it. Right now, you should just be excited where the Giants are headed because we have 10 picks. Exactly. Nowhere to go it up, right? Last year, playoff team. Even if this team was an 8-win team or a 9-win team, you're going to have a harder schedule. It's still going to be a great year. I'm not 100% sure that the 12 wide receivers in the room are what's going to fix the issue from a scoring perspective, but we know it's not going to be Odell.
Oh, I know. I'm sad.
Now Nikki's stuck with him because her husband's a Ravens fan. So,
I know. But 18 million is quite ridiculous.
No, that's insane.
I mean, I didn't want him that bad.
No one did.
But the Ravens did. With what quarterback?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue right now is that Odell is calling Lamar like, "Yo, what's up? Like, let's do it."
Your mom negotiating this or what? We did talk about that on Rush Hour. I know we're wrapping up here, but NFL said, you really can't negotiate with somebody that's not certified by the NFLPA. They consider that tampering, and his mom certainly isn't certified. So just wonder how is this going to get resolved with no agent?
I said it once. I said it twice. I'll say it again. When you don't have representation, you are allowing owners to tell you how bad you are or what they're disappointed in or what they think you could have done better, and they consider that business. And if you're the player sitting there in front of them. I don't care who your finance guy is. When you're sitting in front of ownership and they're telling you all the things that are wrong with you, you take it personal. Yeah, okay? The reason why you have an agent is the buffer. The buffer allows you not to be in a room with your boss telling you suck. And they're only telling you suck because they don't want to pay you what you want. Yeah. Representation takes all the emotion out of the negotiation. That's it.
We've all been there.
Yes, we have.
Boom. That's it. Hire a guy, get it done. So, look, you're listening to the Giants Rush. You guys are great. Thanks for tuning in. Jack Anderson next week. If you guys have questions for the big man, ask him that. Hodgins on the 22nd. Maybe I'm going to try to get him back on before the camp, maybe to plug it. We'll try to get that going. Caption contest, Rush store. Grab your T-shirts, your tank tops, whatever you want. Your phone cases. Everybody loves the skull. Or now the new ones that I have to thank Spartan Mike for the idea. YouTube channel, Giants Rush. We're out. We love you folks. Peace. See you next week.
Hi guys. See you Wednesday.
Later. Later. Rush Hour Wednesday.
7.
Be there. Stop avoiding Wednesday. You're all gambling fiends.
Make it 8 o'clock.
No.
7.
It wouldn't be Rush